Yeah. Glitch the guarantee. E&E. Put your boy shit. Glitch, nigga. Shit, I'm about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds, my Garcia can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no breaks. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no dates. Fuck around and end up gone. You get in this place. E&E, the shit that I claim. You dealing with grace. Took over the game by storm like Rain's mixtape. Thankfully, I've been up in smoke like my mixtape. Counting cheddar shit, I'm about to make a grilled cheese. Niggas be faker than bad bitches with good weeds. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough, you need the whole team. I've been a G since I could finish my ABCs. Kept it a buck so real niggas look up to me. This butcher boy shit get crazy when it's sick of me. I'm coughing out these dope bars till they sick of me.
Can't get rid of me, still can't find a remedy. Still blowing palmers, and fill cups of Hennessy. E&E, we own our shit independently. When I go out on a limb, I take extremities. I can see right through on transparency. Heard their self-esteem low, insecurities. Now or never, like glitch the guarantee. What's the recipe? King L's Reflection 3. All these chapters in my life, you can turn the page. Books can't tell you my story, gotta live a day. Glitch got my back, yeah, you can copy that. Man, we control the seat, you can copy that. Leave your whole state red like Republicans. Putting fire on the track, now it's bubbling. Butcher boys, E&E, you in trouble, kid. At first 100 mil, you can double it.
Let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Automatic nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Butcher boy shit, nigga, let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Blow sick, corona, jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shining king under pressure. West side fat jacks, I took more to measure. Shave the extras, that's business, starter fees. Street blues, what I taught, royal blood flowing free. Power on my mind, knows the gang is kind. Read between the lines, it was in my eye. If they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Undefeated, ultra real, Fern Gully Mountain shit. Couple hot shots, turn on the frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless features. Next year they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Now my flow imitate how I board the plane nonstop. The little J gon' take over with my time side.
Yeah, I get right to it. My nigga, we beg your pardon. We putting niggas back in boxes. Yeah, they departed. My flow be retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My groove came back. This must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow belt. We all made it to the pros. This is how LaMelo felt. You better yell out help. Here come the double team. You catch me in the spot, then you know that the boy is clean. The Louis V look mean with the magazine. So if you try it, you get shot. No vaccine. If you was asleep before I came, then I'm the caffeine. I pull the jokers out the deck. Get her ain't no laughing. In CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan knock me off my chicken. Something about the BBS when the sun is hitting. Should be flashing like the lights when you getting
Let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
It's the Breaking the Brother versus aka Dr. Scott. We back with another live stream, y'all. Let's go. War is upon us. War is upon us. Y'all see the question?
Yeah. Glitch,
Very involved in this situation.
E&E.
Unfortunately, any president that was up
got me seeing
so clear. Well,
Put your boy shit.
Happy ain't gonna put smash that like that.
No, some glitch.
We gotta talk about some real talk right now, man.
You cool,
that actually matters, man.
This is we on the rise now, middle fingers in the sky now. Rolling haze, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listen in the top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E&E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Sporting. Ball looking for the fall-in, soldiers all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in. While you all talking, we smoking and coughing. Till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit. Killing in vain is vanity. Yeah. Do it again, it's insanity. Yeah. Nauseous a real vigilante. Yeah. Killing these kids is plan B. Yeah. Hood is too hot with an antifreeze. Yeah. Blowing on leaves in these planted trees. Okay. Don't break the code, this family. Okay. We cutting off legs like amputees. My flow is classic, antique. Yeah. Freaking the beat, is it Japanese? Yeah. Ever our cook is a masterpiece. Yeah. When money talkers be Guapanese. Okay. Fire and flame mixed with gasoline. Sick. Pass to my sons, that's a legacy. Sick. Study the gang, how they testing me. Yeah. They dropped the ball, man, that's incomplete. Beat them so bad, make them retreat. Yeah. All of these gems you can retweet. Yeah. Play with your boys on repeat. You pay the price with your receipt. Yeah. Below $1 million, flipping it. Okay. Everyday noise get sickening. Trying to flip bills to trillions. Turning these good girls to villains. Lyrics is sick. Butcher shit. E&E clip what we represent. Put it on wax like a candlestick. We moving units and measurements. Cooking it up in the lab. We just performing experiments. Since I'm the bomb atomic, bang. These rappers out of my element.
We on the rise now, middle fingers in the sky now. Rolling haze, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listen in the top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E&E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Sporting. Poor looking for the fall in, soldiers all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in. While you all talking, we smoking and coughing. Till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit.
Glitch, nigga, perfected my flow. If I'm on the track, then you know it's a go. The guarantee, nigga, and I guarantee treat the gas like the Clippers. You know I'm a choke. Only exotic when blowing the smoke. No one ahead of me. I got the recipe. Do this shit easily. This is my destiny. Sick throwing lobs. I'm dunking on everything. Niggas is sick, and I got the remedy. What I prescribe is extra artillery. Get in my zone and start going berserk. I'm feeling like Clay when he went off for 60. With the bullshit, swear to God you can miss me. Best friends with the money, Aaliyah and Missy. I come from the bottom, to try me is risky. Throwing this K like that bitch is a frisbee. Real talk, let me lock in, show these niggas what I do. Axe Rain, I'll be standing next to players too. Front line shit, nigga, I'm the fucking truth. Top 6 ever of the 5 in my group. Niggas still bang top down in the coop. Put your boy up and we coming for the loot. E&E shit, we the best, yeah, it's true. This the guarantee, nigga, this is what I do.
Yeah. I'd like bro, clicking the bell, subscribe to the page. Tap in and walk with us. You about to get straight to it, Jack. Yeah. What up? It's your brother Virgil Berry, aka Stacks with the facts. What's good with everybody? How y'all doing on this early Saturday? You know what I'm talking about? We about to get straight to it. How everybody doing, man? We got 2 shows coming up today, man. This is the first of one. I'm gonna do some pre-recordings I got already loaded and edited up to go. And we're gonna drop them after this show, man. How everybody doing on this beautiful Saturday, man? You know what I'm talking about? I appreciate anybody who's up right now, tapping in. You know, we did the Friday night wrap up last night, and we talked about all the, you know what I'm saying, little current controversial, you know what I'm saying, events, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? But today, right now, we're going to get to some serious stuff, man, because this is a very serious situation going on right now. You know what I'm talking about? Very, very serious situation going on right now. Israel sent up there basically invading Syria to some extent. You know what I'm talking about? I'm about to pull it up on the screen for y'all right now. You know what I'm talking about? This is a very unfortunate situation. I see what's going on. Yeah, what I tell y'all, man. What I tell y'all, man. We bite. They don't want us talking about real shit. Long as we sit up here of a wife ass, right? Long as we sit around here talking about a whole bunch of bullshit like P. Diddy and Jay-Z and Beyonce and all that bullshit, right? When we get to talk about something that actually matters, something that actually has importance and significance, you understand me? Something that has actual fallout in America today, you see how the internet start acting crazy, right? I have an absolute perfect feed. You hear me? My cell phone bill gets paid a month in advance, which is connected to my Wi-Fi, my internet, through my T-Mobile account. Excellent Wi-Fi. Never have issues with it, except for situations like this. So, you know, let that be a lesson to y'all, right? It is what it is. That's the unintelligent artificial intelligence for y'all, man. They do not want us discussing this. And let me even be more arrogant a little bit. I ain't even gonna say arrogant. I'm gonna be just a little bit cocky on y'all, right? Which is akin to arrogance, but you know, we can all be arrogant at times. Right? And I'm gonna take it a step further. The unintelligent artificial intelligence doesn't want people like me breaking this stuff down. I'm gonna throw my arrogant jacket on and say that. How about that? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. This is a very serious situation, man. And due to the fact that we have a new regime, regime coming into power in America, right? Now we have this situation going on. Syria is one of many countries that was on that list. Y'all heard me talk about an organization called the Project for a New American Century numerous times before I did a whole show on it and everything. It was the precursor organization that basically made 9/11 happen, right? I think they're still sneaking around Washington some damn where. And Syria was one of 7 countries on that list scheduled for regime change or corporate takeover by the U.S. military-industrial intelligence complex. And when Obama was in office, he painted Syria as being a major enemy of the U.S. into so-called democracy, when it is nothing of the sort. Assad is a pretty stand-up guy. From what I've done my research on him, before being elected president of Syria, he was an actual dentist. I've done my research on him. He's not connected to any Arabic bloodline families, any Khazarians, right? He's not connected to any secret fraternal organizations. And he don't go to none of these parties, to my knowledge. You know, Assad is a pretty stand-up guy, which is why he was voted to the presidency. And the fact that he got ousted in the way that he has is very telling, right? So y'all know we're going to get straight to it, man. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to box very cleverly too, right? Oh my God, y'all, man. I swear, man, all this stuff going on in the world, we be being distracted from the stuff that's really, really important that we really need to be discussing and talking about due to the fact of the fallout that this stuff is going to bring, not only to the people in the areas, but to us in America as well. And to think that this doesn't affect us, to think that this ain't going to have no residual domino effect on us in America, you're crazy. Because we're about to be going to war once again. And our innocent sons, daughters, sisters, brothers, mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, all of that, is going to be going over here to fight yet another foreign war on foreign lands that ain't got nothing to do with American people. Everything to do with our crooked ass government, but absolutely nothing to do with us, the people. Just like over there in Israel, what's going on ain't got nothing to do with the people. It's the difference between the state of Israel and the country of Israel. Right? It's crazy, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Right? Smash that. Share on your social engineering.
Meanwhile, Israel is now pushing into parts of Syria after Assad was overthrown. The Israeli military has struck hundreds of targets across the country. It says that those strikes and actions on the ground are all aimed at preventing Assad's arsenal of rockets and chemical weapons from falling into rebel hands. Israel's defense minister says his forces destroyed the Syrian Navy. Well, the U.S. has hundreds of troops deployed to Syria to help prevent ISIS from reemerging there, but there are concerns that extremists could take advantage of a power vacuum following the collapse of the Assad regime. CBS News foreign correspondent Imtiaz Tayeb is in Idlib, Syria for us. Imtiaz, what is it like to finally be inside the country?
Well, it's been extraordinary to be here in Syria after so many years in which Western journalists simply could not enter, could not see the places that we've seen really in the last 24 hours or so. We were in Aleppo this morning, which up until 2 weeks ago was regime held, which meant Bashar al-Assad and his forces were in control. That, of course, fell to rebel groups, the rebel group known as Hayat Tahrir al-Sham. And we're now here in Idlib, where Hayat Tahrir al-Sham has been in control for a number of years. Now, HTS is considered a terrorist organization by the United Nations, by the US, and other Western powers. But they've now ousted Bashar al-Assad. They're now in control of Damascus, and global powers are really trying to figure out how they work with HTS. Do they change this designation? Do they formally recognize that? All of this will become clear in the days, weeks, and even months ahead. But the reason we're here in Idlib is we wanted to understand what life was like under HTS. And the people who we spoke to in this admittedly conservative part of Syria had one clear message to all of this, to all of us rather, which was this. HTS will protect the rights of minorities. In a country that was so riven by divisions, particularly when it came to the issue of minorities, that is certainly something many Syrians, including the many millions of Syrians living as refugees abroad, want to hear.
Man, I'm sitting up here trying to tell y'all World War III is upon us, right? WW3 is upon us. See, this is the stuff that they don't want us discussing, right? Now, when it comes to the state of Israel, right, we got to understand what's going on with these guys. Israel is a false state. I've done plenty of shows on this, you know, about the Balfour Declaration and all of that crazy stuff. Right? The symbol on the flag of the state of Israel is a demonic symbol representing the Rothschild, Bauer, Bacharach family. Right? Who go all the way back to the times of Yeshua. And they are now currently running through their little bloodlines, the state of Israel, as well as the United States of the Americas, right? Or the United States of America. Now, recently, my homeboy Bashar al-Assad was ousted They done sit up here and said this man done gassed his own people. Lies. They done sit up here trying to paint Bashir as being a terrorist. Lies. Right? This is wild, man. While we sitting here being distracted with all this BS, we're not even being told about all of this stuff, man. Right? This is wild, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. Share on your social engineering, man.
Rebels have been able to achieve their goal, which is to get rid of Bashar al-Assad and to topple his regime. It was a swift, it was a startling and quite surprising final push on the Syrian capital, Damascus, happening in the early hours of this morning, local time. It's now almost a full day since we have heard that the Syrian rebel forces were advancing on Damascus and preparing to take control of the capital city. And it caps off what has been only about a week or so of very intense fighting, but fighting that has led to the very quick capture of a number of key cities throughout the country, starting with Aleppo in the north of Syria, the second largest city in the country, heading down a highway through the cities of Hama and Homs before getting into Damascus. And there was one plane spotted in Syrian airspace as those rebel fighters started to encircle Damascus, and that is believed to be the plane which has now deposited Bashar al-Assad and members of his family in Russia, where the Russian government has given them humanitarian asylum there. So this has been a very significant change. It is a seismic shift for a country that has been going through a civil war for some 13 years. Hundreds of thousands of people have been killed through the course of this fighting. And now the answers will be, or the questions rather will be, the answers aren't exactly there. The questions will be how this country moves on from this moment. What sort of role will these rebel fighters led by the group HTS, which is designated as a terrorist organisation by many countries, including Australia, how will a group like that try to enforce its ideology and its will on the Syrian people and any future Syrian government? These are all questions that remain unanswered, and certainly many people still trying to get their heads around what has actually happened in Syria, because, as I mentioned, and it's a couple of words that we continue to hear throughout the course of this conflict and these developments, this has happened incredibly quickly, and now everyone's trying to get a hold on what this will mean for not only Syria but for the region. Bridget?
Well, that's right. It's such a momentous time in the region. How's Israel responded, Matt?
We've seen a very quick response too from the Israeli government and the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. He's made a trip to the occupied Golan Heights, an area that is disputed territory that Israel has been occupying for many years, along with his IDF chief. And he's been talking about what he sees as a potential threat now that Bashar al-Assad's regime has been toppled. He is certainly saying Israel is happy to see the back of Bashar al-Assad, but he is saying that there could be a level of chaos which ensues in Syria as
yes, and there's a good reason for that, because through the media propaganda we're being led to believe that Bashir al-Assad is somehow a bad guy. Under Bashir al-Assad's regime, or his I don't want to call his government a regime, but under his leadership, Syria was on the verge of being free of the International Monetary Fund. Syria bought itself out of its debt due to the international bankers. right? Bashar al-Assad has produced more nurses per capita with his plan to get people into the medical field via being nurses in Syria than any other country in the region, even outpacing the U.S., right? The people of Syria actually support Bashar al-Assad. They voted him in from amongst them. Like I said, he wasn't a career politician. He wasn't a military man. Bashir was a dentist who was tired of seeing his country being ran the way it was, right? And he stood with the people and used his money from his, right, to create a political party to go against the Syrian government at the time, right? And now we being made to believe that Bashir is some type of terrorist when he's nothing of the sort. Now, if y'all remember back when Obama was in office, right? If y'all remember when Obama was in office, there was a situation going on in Syria where he was accused of gassing his people. Which turned out to be an absolute lie, right? Right? Which was an utter lie. Right? Let's go.
Happened that day in Khan Sheikhun till that moment. As you know, Khan Sheikhun is under the control of Al-Nusra Front, which is a branch of Al-Qaeda. So the only information the world have had till this moment is published by Al-Qaeda branch. No one has any other information. We don't know if the whole pictures or video that we've been seeing are true or fabricated. That's why we asked for investigation to what happened in Khan Sheikhun. This is the second. Al-Qaeda sources said that the attack happened at 6:30 in the morning, while the Syrian attack in the same area was at around noon, between 11:30 to 12. So they're talking about two different stories or event. So there was no order to make any attack. We don't have any chemical weapons. We gave up our arsenal a few years ago. Even if we have them, we wouldn't use them. And we had never used our chemical arsenal in our history.
So what happened this day?
As I said, the only source is Al-Qaeda. We cannot take it seriously. But our impression that the West, mainly the United States, is hand in glove with the terrorists. They fabricated the whole story in order to have a pretext for the attack. It wasn't attack because of what happened in Khan Sheikhun. It's one event. It's a stage one, the play that we saw on the social networking and on TVs, the propaganda, and the stage two is the military attack. That's what we believe is happening because it's only few days, 2 days, 48 hours between the play and the attacks, and no investigations, no concrete evidence about anything. The only thing were allegations and propaganda and then strike.
So who according to...
So yeah, y'all, man, they've been coming for Assad for a long time. You know, he's not willing to go along and put his people back under the boot, you know what I'm saying, back under the heel of the boot of the Rothschild family. You feel me? He ain't going. Right? Right? This is what Obama had to say about 12 years ago concerning our homie Bashir al-Assad.
Introducing Panera's new You
Matter
Pick
of fact,
2
like,
value menu with 10 crave-worthy items to choose from, including our new French.
Not only from him, but from his allies. That sounds like a threat to the United States.
Yeah. Mr. Assad doesn't have a lot of capability. He has capability relative to children. He has capability relative to an opposition that is still getting itself organized and are not professional trained fighters. He doesn't have a credible means to threaten the United States. His allies, Iran and Hezbollah, could potentially engage in asymmetrical strikes against us. But frankly, the kind of threats that they could pose against us are typical of the kinds of threats that we're dealing with around the world and that I've spoken of recently, which is embassies that are being threatened, U.S. personnel in the region. Those are threats that we deal with on an ongoing basis. They are always of concern. Obviously, we saw the situation in Yemen just a few weeks ago where we wanted to respond by getting some of our folks out of there. But the notion that Mr. Assad could significantly threaten the United States is just not the case.
So if he can't threaten the United States, why is y'all going so hard, even to this day, right? To the point to where y'all have basically forced his regime to quit, as y'all say, if he wasn't such a threat. The thing is, he is a threat. And the recent actions in the last week, going in there, Israel being used as a proxy military to do the U.S. bidding and get rid of the Assad regime in Syria. They're trying to convince us that these dudes are terrorists, when in actuality, they're for the people. Now, I'm pretty sure Assad is not perfect. I'm pretty sure Assad has some flaws. But like I said, he was voted into the presidency by the people of Syria. He's not a member of the political, military, industrial complex regime in Syria. He got rid of ISIS, which is the Islamic State in Syria. Him and Trump was real cool with each other, right? Trump and Assad got along real good, man. Right? One thing I like about Trump, though, is he know how to handle business, man. You know? Right? Trump's a smart guy, man, whether y'all want to believe it or not. Right? But Trump, and this is why I say this is the fallacy of Trump, but on the surface, let's talk about it. Trump says we should stay out of it. The U.S. should let it play out, and we should stay out of it. Right? But that's a conflict of interest on Trump because he is a supporter of the state of Israel. So when we talk about these issues, y'all, I want y'all to understand that there's a lot of mind fuckery going on, man. Right? Trump can sit up here and say He think we should sit out, and we should. We should have nothing to do. This ain't got nothing to do with the U.S. What's going on over there in Syria? We don't care about their oil. It don't matter to us. We got Elon Musk as one of the heads of the Department of Government Efficiency. So oil is a old dinosaur fossil fuel. We're phasing out of that over here in America. So what's really going on over there? Right? Man, so this is a dirty game going on right now, man. Look at Trump. Smash that like button.
Experience the. I like to think of myself as a very flexible person. I don't have to have one specific way, and if the world changes, I go the same way. I don't change. Well, I do change, and I am flexible, and I'm proud of that flexibility. And I will tell you that attack on children yesterday had a big impact on me. Big impact. That was a horrible, horrible thing. And I've been watching it and seeing it.
So even Trump had to recant his statement, man. Right?
Well, we have seen a flood of reactions from international powers, most of whom I think you could say are agreeing that Bashar al-Assad's downfall presents an opportunity and a cautiously optimistic tone we've seen, at least from Western powers. The U.S. President-elect Donald Trump, for example, posted on his social media platform Truth Social, also confirming what we've heard from the Kremlin, which is that Bashar al-Assad has fled the country. Donald Trump also issuing, I think you could say, somewhat of a rare rebuke of Vladimir Putin. He said that the Russian president was not interested in protecting Bashar al-Assad any longer. We're going to turn now to our correspondent in Washington, Fraser Jackson. Fraser, what else can you tell us about the reaction from the White House?
Well, we haven't had much reaction from the White House. In the early hours of the morning, we got a statement from the National Security Council saying President Biden and his team are closely monitoring the extraordinary events in Syria and staying in constant touch with regional partners. But beyond that, we haven't really heard much from the president. I've reached out as well to the White House, and so far nothing has come back my way. But we will expect to hear from Joe Biden at some point later in the day, I'm sure. But we are hearing from actually the person that most people are keeping an eye on now, which is Donald Trump. Of course, Joe Biden in his lame duck era, and this really is where most of the attention will go. It will be to Donald Trump. He took to Truth Social to say Assad is gone. He's fled the country. His protector, Russia, was not interested in protecting him any longer. And then continuing, Russia and Iran are in a weakened state right now, one because of Ukraine and a bad economy, the other because of Israel and its fighting success. So Donald Trump in a rare rebuke there of Vladimir Putin, but also in some way heralding the departure of Assad from Syria.
Fraser, the U.S., of course, still has troops in Syria. So what do you think this means for the future of the U.S. deployment there, especially because Donald Trump said, at least on Saturday, that the U.S. really has no business in any further military involvement there?
The U.S. has no business. No business. We ain't got no reason to be getting involved in Israel and Syria's mess, right? But there's a conflict of interest right there because Israel is one of our main allies, if not our number one ally. We give them literally billions of dollars every year of our hard-earned tax dollars that you and me go to work 40 plus hours a week for. Putin is weak. Y'all see do y'all see the play that's being set up? Huh? War is upon us. And all this stuff is being done in the region to bring the U.S. military in. Everybody in that region is a threat to Israel. Israel has very few allies in the region. Syria, not an ally. All the surrounding countries, I'll pull up a map real quick so y'all can see this, man. All right. Right? We're going to get back to that news clip. Let's pay attention to this real quick. Look at the region. Israel, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Syria. All these countries are not allies to Israel. Israel is literally surrounded by their enemies. Allegedly. Right? So the whole thing, and this is written, this is in scriptures, man. There will be wars and rumors of wars. Right? Israel is literally surrounded by its so-called enemies on all sides. And we're being led to believe that over here in America, that we must come to the aid of Israel for this very reason. When the state of Israel is nothing more than the fiefdom of the Rothschild family. The Israeli regime led by Benjamin Netanyahu, Bibi Netanyahu, who is still currently under investigation. Like they said, like that don't even mean, what does that mean? He's been, so what? He's under investigation for alleged war crimes. What's the investigation for? He's guilty. Why ain't his ass locked up? So we being over here in America propagandized. Sage Mo, what's happening, man? We being over here warmongered to fearmongered upon by the mainstream media into giving our government the okay to use the military to assist Israel in their basically invasion of Syria. Now look at all these countries in the region, man. How is the little itty bitty sliver of a country like Israel, right, able to have such influence and impact in this region of the world? Right? They're moving further into Syria. Bashir al-Assad was just ousted after 50 years, right? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. Share on your social engineering, man. Come on, let's get back to the video.
Yeah, the US has about 900 troops still in Syria, most of them in the northeastern part of the country, and they really have been there to try to stop the spread of Islamic State and to stop it from resurging as well. Now, we heard early on Sunday from somebody from the Pentagon, who was actually the Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for the Middle East, Daniel Shapiro. He was at a security conference in Bahrain, and he told that conference the United States will continue to maintain its presence in eastern Syria and will take measures necessary to prevent a resurgence of the Islamic State. He then continued, we are aware that the chaotic and dynamic circumstances on the ground in Syria could give ISIS space to find the ability to become active, to plan external operations, and we're determined to work with those partners to continue to degrade their capabilities. So the US, for now, is saying that they will maintain that troop presence, the troops that have come under constant attack ever since the wake of the attacks.
Now look at what Donald Trump said, y'all. The United States should have nothing to do with it. But yet and still, our troops, like I said, our fathers, our sons, our mothers, our daughters, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, is going to have to go over here in this area of the world, once again, fighting wars that ain't got jack shit to do with us. Right? Let's go, y'all. Smash that like button, click the bell, subscribe to the page.
By Hamas on Israel on October 7th. There have been many attacks from local groups on the US troops in that region. But that's a message from Shapiro standing at odds somewhat with what we heard from Donald Trump just a couple of days ago on Truth Social. He said, quote, Syria is a mess, but is not our friend. The United States should have nothing to do with it. This is not our fight. Let it play out. Do not get involved. So whether we will see a movement of those 900 or so troops when Donald Trump takes over the Oval Office on January 20th is what we're all watching for now. And I'm sure international partners, especially those in the Middle East, will be keeping a keen eye on that as well.
Indeed, Fraser Jackson in Washington. Thank you very much.
Man, I'm sitting here trying to tell y'all, man. World War III is upon us. Right? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, share the social engineering, man. Right? Now, let's get to this. Right? Now look at the disrespect, man. This is crazy what's going on over there, man. Right? Look at the disrespect they showing this dude. You said we countered a ballistic missile from Guam, huh? What's this you talking about, brother? Right? Look at the region, man. You got to know that this is being done by design. Right? Right? Look in the region, and this is going to be this is always the reason why the U.S. government says that we need to support Israel. You think this is done by accident? You think this is being done by accident, that Israel is literally surrounded by all its enemies? Now, come on, y'all, man. You feel me? You know, look at this, man. Come on, y'all, man. Oh, yeah? Hold on, let me play this while we get to that, though. Now, look at the level of disrespect they showing Bashar al-Assad, man. Look at the levels of disrespect they showing this man. Let's go.
Of ousted Syrian President Bashar al-Assad's father has been set on fire by rebel fighters. Hafez al-Assad, Bashar's dad, led Syria for 30 years before his death in 2000. The mausoleum, which was raided in northwest Syria, is in the family's ancestral village. Many Syrians believe this marks an end to over 50 years of oppressive rule.
Let's run that back, man. Did y'all hear what they did? Crazy.
The tomb of ousted Syrian President Bashar al-Assad's father has been set on fire by rebel fighters. Hafez al-Assad, Bashar's dad, led Syria for 30 years before his death in 2000. The mausoleum, which was raided in northwest Syria, is in the family's ancestral village. Many Syrians believe this marks an end to over 50 years of oppressive rule.
See what I'm saying? They done sit up there, ran up in this dude's country, threw his ass out. What's up, right? And goddamn it, set his dad's tomb on fire, man. Set his tomb on fire. What's up, bro? They set that man's tomb on fire, man. Yeah, man. I'm about to look into that, man. That's crazy, bro. We just countered a ballistic missile from Guam? Sheesh. Oh, it was a test? Oh, yes, that lets you know right there. That lets you know right there that they getting ready for war. You feel me? Now, they done sit up there, ran up in Syria. They ran up in Syria. They done got, goddamn it, Assad up out of there. And now they done set that man father tomb on fire. Set his tomb on fire, man. Can y'all believe that, man? And set this man where they got his pops buried at and set it on fire, man. You know? It don't get no more disrespectful than that, man. Like, come on, man. This is crazy, man. You know what I mean? This is absolutely insane. Now, everybody around the world got something to say now. Right? Right? Oh, man, here we go, man. Let's hear what they talking about, man. You got world leaders, man, around here. Everybody got something to say now, man. They celebrating, man. Right?
If you're completely ripped and shredded like me, and you're not making at least 10K a month, what are you even doing?
I keep trying to tell y'all, man. This thing here ain't no joke, man. You feel me?
Joy in the streets as Syrians celebrate the
I like
fall
going
of
to the
Bashar
bill.
al-Assad, a
Hey.
coalition of rebel groups seizing the capital Damascus after they swept across the country in a lightning offensive that began 11 days ago, ending the Assad family regime, which held power since 1971. Syrian rebel commander Abu Muhammad al-Jolani greeted by cheering crowds as he entered Damascus's historic mosque. Inside, describing the victory as a turning point for the region. Tonight, President Biden calling the collapse a fundamental act of justice after decades of repression.
It's a moment of historic opportunity for the long-suffering people of Syria to build a better future for their proud country.
So now this dude want to come out of the hire. Now he want to come out the woodwork. If y'all can't peep the play that's being set, you hear me? And yes, Sage Mo, listen. Let me read what my brother Sage Mo said. I'm starting to believe them conspiracies, them people over there in Israel can't be human. They too inhumane in their dealings with people. Yes, and that is exactly what it is. I gotta keep reiterating and stating because this is important. There's a difference between the country of Israel and the state of Israel. Now, the country of Israel, the people of Israel, beautiful people. 99% of them are beautiful people. They give you the shirt off their back, and they are totally against Netanyahu and his regime over there. They are totally against Zionism. Y'all ain't know? Y'all ain't know? Y'all know it's actually Jewish priests and rabbis that support Palestine? Y'all ain't know? Sephardic, Sephardic Jews, Sephoric Jews. They don't want nothing to do with the state of Israel. They do not support Netanyahu. Now, how many of us know about this right here in America? We don't see this on mainstream media in our country. Right? We're being led to believe that Palestine, Assad over there in Syria, Jordan, Iraq, Afghanistan, Lebanon, the list goes on and on and on. Rest in the essence to Muammar Gaddafi out there in Libya. And you see what they're doing in the Sudan now. Yeah, man, we're being made to believe that these people are just evil people, when in all actuality, it's the American government and the Israeli government, the state of Israel, who are the instigators of all this war mongering. Just like scripture said, there will be wars and rumors of war. Right? Now let's get back to sleepy Joe Biden with his old ass. How many clones they gonna make of that man? Yeah, I said it, clones. Literally carbon copies. How many more they got? They got a whole stock room full of, they got a whole factory full of Joe Bidens. Let's go.
Country. It's also a moment of risk and uncertainty. As we all turn to the question of what comes next.
The president urging groups on the ground to prove their commitment to Syrian rights, rule of law, and protection. Russian state media reporting the Assad family is now in Moscow and the Kremlin will offer them asylum. Bashar al-Assad held power for 24 years, overseeing the crushing of the revolution against his regime through nearly 14 years of civil war. His government supported by Iran, Russia, and Hezbollah, but he never completely regained control of northern Syria, and Turkey quietly supported the mix of Islamist rebel groups vying for power. One of those groups that emerged was Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, also known as HTS, an offshoot with previous links to al-Qaeda. And with wars in Ukraine,
Of course, y'all. Al-Qaeda, ISIL, ISIS, Hezbollah, HTS, all these so-called rebel organizations were all created, founded, funded by the intelligence network all over the world. A combination of the CIA, Mossad, MI5, MI6. They create these they create these fake opposition enemies that they train, fund, put them in positions of power just in order to be able to use them later down the line as a puppet proxy enemy. At one point in time, they supported these guys just to paint them to be the enemy so they could have a finger to point out and a reason to go into these countries and start regime change. Therefore, bringing to fruition the Project for a New American Century's grand agenda. It's like, man, you just gotta be able to peep the play, man. Let's go, y'all. Smash that like button, click the bell, subscribe to the page.
Gaza and Lebanon, distracting Assad's allies, it along with others took action. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
All right. Now we gotta take a trip down memory lane real quick, right? Because I'm trying to remember the general's name, man. Right? Man, what was his name? Wesley Clark, that's his name. General Wesley Clark. I wonder what Wesley Clark doing nowadays, man.
Retired 4-star U.S. Army General Wesley Clark revealed.
What y'all know about General Wesley Clark, man? He was the chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, and he also was a part of the New American Project for a New American Century. All right, let's go.
Revealed back in 2007 that the Bush administration had drafted a list of 7 countries in the Middle East that it was hoping to overthrow in 5 years. The top U.S. military official, who had served as Supreme Allied Commander of NATO, exposed to the world that the U.S. invasion of Iraq was just the beginning, and the real prize was Iran.
And right after 9/11, about 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz. I went downstairs just to say hello to some of the people on the Joint Staff who had used to work for me. And one of the generals called me and he said, "Sir, you got to come in. You got to come in and talk to me a second." I said, "Well, you're too busy." He said, No. He says, "We've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq." This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, "We're going to war with Iraq. Why?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "I guess they don't know what else to do." So I said, "Well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al-Qaeda?" He said, No. He says, "There's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq." He said, "I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we've got a good military and we can take down governments." And he said, "I guess if the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail."
Now, I like that. If every problem you have, every tool, if your only tool is a hammer, then every problem looks like a nail, meaning we got the military to do it. Anybody who gets in our way, we're going to use our military to just destroy their ass. Now, see, this is General Wesley Clark, ex-supreme leader of the Allied forces of NATO, also the ex-Joint Chiefs of Staff, Supreme Commander. This is what, at the time, he was the highest ranking man in uniform, military uniform. He was the highest ranking man in America, answering only to the president, which was George Bush at the time. This guy even synced the play. We had no reason to invade Iraq. We ain't got no reason to be invading Iran. You see what they did with Ahmadinejad, man. Iran don't pose it. Listen, any country who develops nuclear capabilities instantly becomes a threat to this regime in America and Israel, because now they have the wherewithal to defend themselves militarily on a nuclear level. See, what they don't tell us is that countries like Iran, they're not developing their nuclear capabilities strictly for military use. If you have a good nuclear program, that means you have a good energy program, which means you probably aren't going to be subservient, dependent upon the world power structure's energy sources, meaning you don't have to use oil, meaning you don't have to import crude oil and natural, meaning that you can nationalize such services and industries in your country and use the money made from the profits by trading on the world market to support your people, was what you should be doing as a leader of a country. But no, that's not what they want over here in America and Israel. This is not the goals of the Project for the New American Century. They don't want anybody having nuclear capabilities that is not underneath their boot. Syria is one of those countries. Iran is one of those countries. Afghanistan was one of those countries. Lebanon is one of those countries. Venezuela was one of those countries. Huh? Y'all catching the grip? Sudan is one of those countries. Libya was one of those countries. Y'all peep the pattern? General Wesley Clark, man, let's go, man.
So I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, "Are we still going to war with Iraq?" And he said, "Oh, it's worse than that." He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, and he said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, "This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries."
This is from Rumsfeld's office now, Donald Rumsfeld. Oh, lion-ass Donald Rumsfeld, who told us that Osama bin Laden had a whole mountain forge. He spent over $1 billion changing the mountain into a military. No evidence whatsoever to this day. I wonder what old Donnie Rumsfeld is up to with his lying ass. Let's go.
In 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran.
So go through the countries again.
Well, starting with Iraq, then Syria and Lebanon, then Libya, then Somalia and Sudan, and then back to Iran. So when you look at Iran, you say, is it a replay? It's not exactly a replay, but here's the truth, that Iran from the beginning has seen that the presence of the United States in Iraq was a threat.
Although it took longer than 5 years, most of the 7 countries on the US government's Middle East regime change list that was exposed by General Wesley Clark have since been overthrown or destabilized. The US illegally invaded Iraq in direct violation of international law and overthrew its government, destabilizing the region. Syria was torn apart in an international proxy war substantially fueled by the US and its allies. Lebanon has for decades suffered from an unstable government, largely due to meddling by the US and proxies such as Saudi Arabia. Libya's government was destroyed in a 2011 NATO regime change war, and the oil-rich North African nation was turned into a failed state. Somalia also has become a failed state, and Sudan was divided in 2011 on religious sectarian lines, and the newly created South has remained roiled by civil war. Iran is the only country remaining on the US Middle East regime change list that still has a stable, functioning government.
Regime change, right? According to the U.S. military and the Project for a New American Century, right? This is what they're talking about when they're talking about regime change, right? I'm about to pull this, but I want y'all to go do your research on the Project for a New American Century, right? Everybody who somebody was involved with this. All the big players at the time were involved, right? Right? We got Donnie Rumsfeld. We got Mr. Patriots himself, John Bolton, who Trump fired. When he first got into office, he was one of the first people Trump fired was this dude right here, Mr. Patriots himself, John Bolton. Always want to send our kids to war, but don't want to send himself. 5 deterrents during Vietnam. Right? Look at all these people involved with this, man. All these people, man. Mr. Patriots himself, John Bolton. Glad Trump fired his ass. Right? Dick Cheney, Donald Rumsfeld, Robert Zoellick, Dov Zakine, right? All these people involved with this, man. These are the people responsible for 9/11 and the current situation going on in the world right now. All of these people. They were all involved. And as a result of the Project for a New American Century, we now have Iran, the last country on that list, the last country standing in the process of being toppled by the U.S., I'm going to just say European military industrial complex, right? They're the last one standing. You got Elliot Abrams was a part of this. You got Frederick and William, what's their last names, man? Right? We got Abrams, Richard Allen, Elliot Abrams. We got Frank Carlucci, Dick Cheney, Jeb Bush. You know, let me find the what's the name brothers, man. Merle Goldman from Goldman Sachs. Donald Kagan, Frederick Kagan, Robert Kagan, right? All Zionists, all Jewish Zionists, right? All these people, man, who are a part of this Project for a New American Century. And now here it is, 2024 going into 2025. And Iran is the last country on that list to be toppled for regime change. All other countries have been toppled. Sudan, Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Libya, Venezuela, all are now currently shithole countries. These are the shithole countries. These are the shithole countries that Trump was talking about when he first got into office back in 2016. Shithole countries. And that's exactly what they were and what they remain today. And Iran is the only country left standing. It's crazy, man. See, the only thing about Iran, right? Iran is weakened as well. Right? Now, a couple months ago, Bibi Netanyahu issued this statement, which is lies, utter lies, right? Let's go.
That subjugates you make fiery speeches about defending Lebanon, defending Gaza. Yet every day, that regime plunges our region deeper into darkness and deeper into war. Every day, their puppets are eliminated. Ask Mohammed Dev. Ask Nasrallah. There is nowhere in the Middle East Israel cannot reach. There's nowhere we will not go to protect our people and protect our country. With every passing moment, the regime is bringing you, the noble Persian people, closer to the abyss. The vast majority of Iranians know their regime doesn't care a whit about them. If it did care, if it cared about you, it would stop wasting billions of dollars on futile wars across the Middle East. It would start improving your lives. Imagine if all the vast money the regime wasted on nuclear weapons and foreign wars were invested in your children's education and improving your health care, in building your nation's infrastructure, water, sewage, all the other things that you need. Imagine that. But you know one simple thing. Iran's tyrants don't care about your future, but you do. When Iran is finally free, and that moment will come a lot sooner than people think, everything will be different. Our two ancient peoples, the Jewish people and the Persian people, will finally be at peace. Our two countries, Israel and Iran, will be at peace. When that day comes, the terror network that the regime built in 5 continents will be bankrupt, dismantled. Iran will thrive as never before. Global investment, massive tourism, brilliant technological innovation based on the tremendous talents that exist inside Iran. Doesn't that sound better than endless poverty, repression, and war? From Qom to Isfahan, from Shiraz to Tabriz, there are tens of millions of good and decent people with thousands of years of history behind them and a brilliant future ahead of them. Don't let a small group of fanatic theocrats crush your hopes and your dreams. You deserve better. Your children deserve better. The entire world deserves better. I know you don't support the rapists and murderers of Hamas and Hezbollah, but your leaders do. You deserve more. The people of Iran should know Israel stands with you. May we together know a future of prosperity and peace.
Yeah. There go Bibi Netanyahu for you, trying to coax the, you know what I'm saying, trying to coax the people of Iran, which is a conflict of interest, y'all. It's a conflict of interest for lots of reasons, man. Right? It's a conflict of interest for lots of reasons. Right? The main reason it's a conflict of interest, right? One of the major reasons it's a conflict of interest is because Israel can't say, and it be taken serious, that they stand in solidarity in any shape, form, or fashion or support with Iran. When Iran's number one on America's list of regime change. Iran is the very last country from that list, from the Project The New American Century's list of countries scheduled for regime change. The U.S. is a number one ally and supporter of the state of Israel. So how can Israel, Bibi Netanyahu, then make this statement and it be taken any way serious by the Iranian people? The world is at war, Jack. The world is at war. And they're trying to bring us into it. They're trying to bring us into it, y'all. Right? And we should not be going for it at all. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. Look what's going on, y'all. You got to be able to peep the play. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to get up out of here, y'all. And no need for me to drag this out for no longer than what I have been. Y'all do y'all's due diligence. Right? Do your due diligence. Connect the dots. Don't be so easily led by your emotions when it comes to this situation. Notice how this is not the main thing of discussion right now. Notice how we're being distracted with all this Remy Ma, Pat Poose, Will Smith, P. Diddy, all this other fuckery that don't make no damn sense. All this distraction to keep us from talking about what's actually happening, what's really important. Right? But, you know, being a journalist, a citizen journalist, independent citizen journalist, I got to cover everything. And next week, we're getting back to it, man. Shows every day, getting back to it. We got wine tasting events coming up. We got a Capricorn party coming up. I'm shooting for January. Hold on, let me check my date again because, you know, I'll be having to get my dates right. We're shooting for January 18th, Saturday. You understand what I'm saying? And we're going to have a Capricorn party. It's going to be beautiful, man. You know what I mean? Truly beautiful. I thank everybody for coming out and showing y'all support. Listen, man, YouTube ain't like how it used to be, man. You know, so you got to box cleverly with your language and your content, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, right? And I feel it's only right to play this song as we bang out because they're trying to make sure we stay woke and they don't want us to awaken, right? So y'all make sure y'all do y'all's due diligence, man. Question everything. Don't believe anything these people tell us on these TV screens. Don't even believe everything I'm saying, man. Do your due diligence. Question everything, especially what I be talking about. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, share on your social engineering. Stay awake. Don't be woke. Woke is the past tense. Let me pass this real quick, y'all. Let me cam up on y'all real quick. Woke is the past tense of awake. I woke up at 4:11 this morning, and I have been awake ever since. To be woke is to still be asleep. Mr. O, what's happening, man? Now, later this afternoon at 1 o'clock, we got another show coming up, right? Let me pull it up for y'all. Because we're going to talk about this because I got to know. And I want to ask y'all chicks because I see that this young lady is getting a lot of hatred. I'm not going to say I don't know why, because I know exactly why. Right? But for some reason, all y'all girls out there, or I'm going to say all y'all, because all y'all not. But a lot of y'all chicks is hating on my baby. I love this little girl. I love this young lady. She's beautiful. She got a nice, natural, healthy body that's well proportioned. She know how to cook. Why are y'all chicks out here hating on my baby? Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Why y'all mad at this girl, man? She's beautiful, natural body. She young. She look like she know how to listen. She look like she know how to follow and take instructions. She know how to cook, which very few of y'all broads know how to do today. I'm talking about it's a shame at how many chicks just can't cook. And they can't cook because they don't know how. Y'all can't cook because y'all just don't want to. Y'all don't feel y'all need to. Y'all don't feel like that's a skill that you should have as a woman in your arsenal. I'll tell you right now, I ain't taking no chick serious if she can't cook. Even if she couldn't cook that good, but was willing to learn, willing to find out ways to prepare meals, I would support that. And I could rock with a chick like that. But these old chicks, y'all done listen to raggedy ass Cardi B, who ain't black and don't really give a fuck about y'all. Y'all done let her convince y'all that y'all really think y'all going to get a ring if you don't cook and clean? Shit. Exactly, Mr. O. And we're going to get to this later this afternoon, y'all. 1 o'clock, tap in, walk with us. We're going to have a discussion, man. And like my brother, Mr. O said, because she's giving young and old bitches a run for their money because they was taught not to do anything for a nigga that they don't like. And look at my baby cooking with Kaya. Fine as hell. Pretty. Nice natural body. You feel me? Y'all just be mad. She turn around, make that thing clap. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Y'all mad? I can't wait till 1 o'clock, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, tap in, walk with us. We're going to have the show at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live today on A Real Talk Podcast. Hey, man, watch out for what's going on over there in Syria. Iran, y'all on deck. Don't fall for the trick bag. How could y'all take Bibi Netanyahu serious? How could y'all take him serious when he says that Israel supports Iran, when Israel #1 supporter and ally is the United States, and the United States has y'all and has been having y'all on a list for regime change for at least the past 20 years? A metal foul? What the fuck is a metal foul? O said, watch it, Verge. You're going to have Simpson Strauss calling you a metal. What is a metal foul? Y'all come up with these new terms. What is a metal foul? And Mr. O, you know I don't give a damn, man. I'm going to keep it 100. My baby Cooking with Kaya is popping. She got the internet going nuts right now. And she got all y'all broads salty. And I love it. All she do is cooking little meals. They ain't even super extravagant meals. These are basic meals that should be in every chick's arsenal. You should know how to make a mean lasagna. You should know how to fry some good chicken. You should be able to make a good pan of macaroni and cheese. You should be able to make some hamburger gravy steak. You understand me? Some mashed potatoes, some goddamn green beans, man. Oh, okay, all right. And if I'm not mistaken, Cooking with Kaya is grown. Let me tell y'all something, man, before I get up out of here. I get a lot of slack, or should I say, I get a lot of flack for my admirement, I would say, for the way I admire Angel Reese. Angel Reese is 22, about to be 23. She's grown. Although I am old enough to be her father, that doesn't negate the fact that she's a very attractive and beautiful young lady, just like Cooking with Kaya. And I want to tell y'all, brother, something before I get up out of here. Don't allow none of these broads, strags, as my man Mr. O calls them, females, as my brother Mr. O says. Don't let none of these broads, none of these simps, corny ass, lame fuck niggas, don't let them shame y'all or ridicule y'all into having an admiration or even being attracted to chicks that's 23, 22, 24, especially if they're beautiful. You're not a creep. You're not none of that. Angel Reese is grown. Cooking with Kaya is grown. Y'all chicks just mad because, like O said, she giving y'all a run for their money. And we're going to get to it at 1 o'clock, man. I'm about to do some more things on the computer. I got a Zoom meeting I got to attend. I'm about to clean up my house, you know what I'm saying? Clean up the bathroom, clean up the kitchen. That's what I'm doing on my Saturday. It's cold as shit in Columbus. I ain't doing nothing. You feel me? At 1 o'clock, we're going to get straight to it. And we're going to sit up here and break this thing down, this hatred that y'all have for this beautiful young lady who got a chef hand that'll shit on most of y'all bras. Most of y'all bras can't even boil them damn water. Can't even make a nigga a steak of egg and cheese, man. Can't even make a nigga a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, man. And y'all want to sit up here and give my baby Cooking with Kaya all of this flack. Exactly. Exactly. And we ain't going for it. Cooking with Kaya is grown. I think she, what, 21, 22? She grown, y'all. She is an adult. If I was to link up with Cooking with Kaya, there's nowhere she could go with me that she would not have access and be able to get in legally. She can buy alcohol. She can drive. She can work. She pay taxes. If they wanted to draft her ass to the military, she going to Syria. Grown. Y'all stop hating, man. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Y'all mad as hell. I love it, Mr. O. You hear me? I love it. We're going to be back at 1 o'clock, y'all, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of your afternoon, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. We bringing this message to you fake woke niggas. Gotta wake these niggas up, man. All y'all out there spreading the lies and falling victim to this propaganda. Niggas believe they can glitch. Let's talk to these niggas. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. So I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. Alarm clock, tell them up. Time to wake them up. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. So I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. Alarm clock, tell them up. Time to wake them up. I gotta set the alarm. Wake you up from your slumber. Fluid and hairy, fake woke niggas. Y'all just dumbass niggas. Drop jewels, but people don't pay any attention. Let's be immediately. We the wake them up henchmen. A lot of times these woke niggas be really sleep. Shit, the price on a nigga's life is extra real cheap. Only the real for my niggas. We all elite. We made a living eating these rappers, nigga. Bon appetit. Yeah, pause. Me and my brethren be down for the cause. We gotta come together and tear down all these walls. In illusory fault lines like racism and bring back to the woke, just like the Baptist. The congregation spoke. These niggas ain't who they claim they be. A bunch of beat a pop off. Niggas really be lame to me. Anytime you at war, it's gonna be casualties. But when we come together, it's easy to beat the enemies. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. So I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. Alarm clock, wake them up, time to wake them up. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. So I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. Alarm clock, wake them up, time to wake them up. Alarm clock to the woke. Time to wake them up. The main initiative should be to get your cake up. You ain't right, niggas need life jackets to stay afloat. Meanwhile, I'm blowing no gas straight from the ivory pass. And every post I be hitting all of them straight facts. The fact grid is now here. We gotta face that. While they coming with microchips and vaccinations, fake woke niggas perpetuating indoctrination. This pandemic scam. This was the damn gimmicks. Niggas will believe that they mom died if she's still living. Open your eyes, nigga. You can see the lies, niggas. We gotta stop letting the blind lead the blind, nigga. And that's the biggest fact, bitch. You better tell them niggas listen in the 2030. It's gonna be hell, niggas. Fuck AOC.